The third letter today. This letter is about tzedakah, being charitable, and the unique quality of the light of God that's brought into this world that brings health, wealth, sustenance, honor, and many other good things as a byproduct. And this is a metaphor from a verse in Isaiah, that he garbed himself with tzedakah. God garbs himself, as it were, with our charity. And the metaphor is as a coat of mail and a helmet of salvation upon his head. So we explained yesterday the coat of mail. Coat of mail is what the knights of yore used to wear into battle as a protective gear, but it was, excuse me, it was made with iron rings with coin-like or large coin-like pieces that were protective, but they were flapping, so you could have also movement. And the idea over here is that the tzedakah that we give becomes this shields, but actually what it shields from is from any negative things that can come out of being charitable. And it brings, though, because when you open up the gaps there, when you open up the light of God from above, it brings into this world that light. So we explain. When we do any mitzvah, particularly mitzvah of tzedakah, we create a union on high between the male and female parts of God. Kodesh B'richa, the Holy One, blessed be He, is male, and Shechita, or Shechina, is female. So we create a union. That union brings new life, new light of God. And that new life and new light of God is brought into this world. And this is the way it is that union is through the infinite light of God. And the finite, which is the 10 spheres, by way of the 10 spheres, it is brought that light into this world. So that's the idea of the opening up of the coat of mail that allows something to enter, but then you don't want you want the agility of the warrior to be able to enter, so to speak, right? The life of the warrior, but you don't want the arrow to enter, so it needs to stopgap that. So it does. That's the metaphor of that. You want the vitality from above to come from this union, but again, by way of the 10 spheres, and that is brought into this world with blessings. So where does it come? That's the metaphor, the first part of the verse. It comes, the coat of mail, but it comes as the verse says, Kovei Yeshua Baraishe, a helmet of salvation on the head. So it comes first, this protective light, or this light from above, comes to the head first. The head meaning to the divine, to the level of Chokhmah, or to the sphere of Chokhmah. And so it comes, this additional radiation comes to the sphere of Chokhmah, the divine attribute of, translated as wisdom, divine wisdom. And this is, the verse says, and being very exacting with the words, Kovea Yeshua Baraishe, a helmet of salvation upon the head. So, the word salvation is the word Yeshua, like the name Joshua. Yeshua is salvation. The root of it is sha'ah, which means to turn, like God turned to the sacrifice of Abel, right? He turned to his offering that he brought for him. Didn't turn to Cain, but to Abel, to Hevel, he turned. And that's the word Shah, Vayisha Hashem el Hevel. So salvation means turning towards, God turning towards us. That is salvation. In other words, putting a focus upon us. So here the word is salvation, to turn, meaning that the light of God from above is turned, meaning to draw attention, to bring down, where? To the head, to the koiva, to the helmet, to the helmet of, which refers to the head, meaning it's bringing it down into divine intelligence, into the 10 divine attributes, the infinite light of God drawn there, and through that it will be drawn into this world. So the word Sha'ah is Shin Ayin, so salvation, to draw attention, to draw down that attention, is the word Sha'ah, Shin Ayin. Shin is 300 numerically, and Ayin is 70. So where is the attention being drawn towards? 3 times 100 is Chabad, is Chachma Bina V'das, 3 parts of intelligence. To the 100th degree, meaning to the core degree, that's the hundreds, to the core degree, 3 times 10, so that's 300. And then Ayin is 70. 70 is 10 times 7 times 10. 7 meaning 7 emotions times 10 to its core degree. Intelligence is a greater core degree because intelligence comes before the emotions in us, or likewise above. Chachma Bina V'das, then comes the 7 emotions. So the core degree, 7 times 10 is 70. So what does it mean? God is turning, meaning salvation. He's turning and drawing down 370 lights, because that's what we create when we make, when we do a mitzvah of tzedakah. We create a union. The union means additional light, energy, to be drawn down into this world. And it comes by way of divine intelligence from above, and then it comes down into this world in a way that God will make his face, meaning his inner being, shine upon us in this world down here below. And it may make his face, meaning his inner being, shine with us forever. And with us means there's the us that we need to be with, which means in our human condition, that means with us in our endeavors. And our endeavor in this world is, in the primary sense, in the primary manner, tzedakah, charity. Then God will be with us, will bring, so as the verse says, we say every day in the morning prayers, he who sows tzedakah's charities, it brings forth Yeshua's salvations. So here again, by us being charitable, we create a union above, from the divine and female aspects above, which is the infinite and the finite. Drawn, now that brings salvation. Salvation means that God turns, draws attention, brings down to us what? 370 lights or energy or new life force, our life forces into this world through our act of being charitable. And this tzedakah will endure forever, because not only we will have it now, but we will have it in times of Mashiach, the good charitable acts that we do now, and be exalted by the salvation of Hashem, who will cause salvation to sprout from the helmet of salvation, as we just mentioned from the verse. I hope that was clear. It's a very deep Kabbalistic idea, but profound if you follow the nuances. Again, we do the mitzvah tzedakah. We create a union above that brings every union brings new life. That's why union is between a husband and wife that brings potentially can bring new life. But when we do tzedakah, we do bring new life. We bring new life, new light, new energy into this world as God brings salvation, salvation meaning turning in our direction. The helmet of salvation, meaning he's bringing it through the divine intelligence and divine, which is the 300, and then divine emotions, the 70, and that is drawn as a blessing from the inwardness of God to us down here in this world through, again, being charitable. And that's it, folks. Hope that was clear. Any questions, any comments? Tonight is Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, a national mourning for the Jewish people, destruction of 2 holy temples, and many other horrific things that had happened to the Jewish people throughout the ages. And so we fast tonight until tomorrow night. We do not learn Torah actually from 1 o'clock this afternoon until 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So the Tanya class for tomorrow will be most likely at around 3 o'clock. Excuse me. It'll be, of course, I'll put it up, God willing, but stay tuned for 3 o'clock, maybe a little later than that, but around then. I'm looking for any questions. Pariba, Bachi and David, welcome. Pablo from Florida, Robert from Boston, Odette is watching. From Tampa Bay. Simcha. Jotha from Brazil. Emmanuel from Melbourne. Shalom. Nili from India. Welcome. From Brazil, Jamie. Boker Or. Karen is in Utah. Dennis Vokatov, Amir. Estella, and okay. So again, tomorrow's Tanya class will be in the afternoon, most likely at 3 o'clock. Stay tuned. We'll keep you posted. In the meantime, Hashem should bring Mashiach in order to transform these days of sadness into days of great joy and only wonderful good things. Have an easy, meaningful fast. We should have a wonderful Tisha B'Av without it. Mashiach now. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful day.